Dokie, how's it going? I want to talk about Quentin Tarantino's 1996 from Dusk Till Dawn, written by him, directed by Robert Rodriguez, starring George Clooney and Harvey Keitel. The story goes Harvey Keitel and Quentin Tarantino, who's fantastic in it. It's probably my favourite thing about the film. Although the film continually gets more entertaining and the side characters are fantastic, he's spectacular as the creepy psychopathic brother. Again, we're looking at Tarantino's themes of violence, exploitation, brotherhood, friendship. It's all there. But at this point, he's less, you know, self-involved than he was later on. Now, I like Tarantino's later stuff. I love it. But, his aura, his mythology kind of can cloud some of his films. Whereas this, he takes every character singularly. They have their own essence and own backstory. The two brothers, of course, one of them has just bailed the other out of court. He's going down for life. They go on the run. They kidnap Harvey Keitel and his two kids, Winnebago, to travel to Mexico, where they're going to meet at a off-road bar that opens from dusk till dawn to exchange goods for money and get away. As it transpires, the place is filled with vampires. There's a brilliant character called Sex Machine, who's just a kind of lush biker, and another ex-Vietnam vet who's brilliant. Salma Hayek shows up and she's absolutely spectacular to look at. It's unbelievable. The sex appeal and the confidence of her to dance around everyone like that. I have a feeling Tarantino signed this one over to Robert Rodriguez because he felt he couldn't direct it. There's a lot going on and I just don't think he was ready to block it. Tarantino's films are relatively simple. You know, he hangs a huge dramatic motor over all his films. He understands apprehension of what the audience is thinking better than anybody, or as good as anybody. And he likes to toy and play with that with his dialogue and characters throughout. Whereas this is more action-based, more explosive, just driving scenes, which he never really bothers with. Each scene has a kind of singular force in a Tarantino film and it zips on. But it's a lot of fun. It's filled with bad language, bad humour, sex and violence. You know, we ogle at the strippers and then they turn into vampires. I'm sure they all got a great kick out of that, starting as little sex kittens and then having to put the vampire makeup on and kicking ass. I'd say it was a really fun shoot to be on. And it's a deadly little throwback to watch. Me and my son were smiling from ear to ear when we watched it. George Clooney is cool. You know, the beginnings of his movie stardom is there. He doesn't appear like a real tough guy. Tarantino seems like an actual psycho. Like, he'll make you uncomfortable. George Clooney's playing the kind of movie star criminal, which we're fine with. He's great. Harvey Keitel shows up and he's earnest and strong and forthright and conveys the essence and spirit of the pastor perfectly. And it was really great to see him because I just watched Pulp Fiction and just the brilliance of acting nuance, how you can be the same person, make some minor adjustments, and of course he vanishes. So I check it out. You've probably seen it growing up if you're what kind of person to watch this page. So a little bit of nostalgia is always fun. It's coming to the weekend. All right, any comments, positive or negative? I don't mind. Any films you want me to look at, let me know.